Hello. How are we doing on this Friday? John took flight. Nice to see you. I'm going to let a few people roll in late. Some peppy little jazz going. What's up, folks? It's just a command. These are all standalone, and I do not integrate with other frameworks or inventories or stuff like that. It's just not going to happen. Most things I will possibly add an export for, so if you wanted to trigger it with another script, you could. So you could actually build in your own to have an item that you could use in a menu of another script, and it would call the pepper spray and spray it. I can't remember if that exists now, but by request I might add it. I've been trying to do more to allow more triggers to be able to use this stuff in other scripts, because everybody wants to customize everything, so I like to try to make stuff where you can plug it in somewhere else and use it, and it be as flexible as possible. Okay. Well, I thought there'd be more here, but that's all right. All right, so the whole point here is the character manager. And I'll just say right off the bat, I get these stupid messages down here in the bottom right corner talking about slow system performance. And that's because I'm running the game, my local dev server, my recording software, the music software, Restream, Discord, all of it on the same machine, and it complains. I need a faster processor so it'll stop complaining at me. I don't know how to turn that message off. I would just turn it off because it doesn't really bother me. Whenever it pops up, I'm not feeling like I'm slow or laggy, but whatever. All right, so once I start talking about the character manager here, I have an outline that I'm going to follow to go through the whole thing. I'm not really going to respond to chat, so don't ask me questions, because I'm not going to respond to them. The idea here is I want to put this together to where I can edit it into the product video. So I'm going to do my best just to go through and not screw it up. So once I get going here, I'm just going to go, and I'm sorry if I don't respond to the menu and stuff. I mean the chat and stuff. Sorry, I've got multiple things on my mind. But thank you all for being here, and let's set ourselves up and get going here. All right. I don't know if next to the sea is the best spot. Yeah, see, there's our slow system performance. It drives me crazy. And I'm not really lagging or anything. I don't know why it says that. Okay. Appreciate that, Gamer UX Studios. Okay. I'm Darren, and this is Big Daddy Scripts. And we're going to go through the Character Manager Pro. There's been a free version of the Character Manager out there for a long time. And this is what's come out of that. This is a much better version of it. Does more things, slicker. The free one is still there, and it's still free, but it's deprecated now. It'll never get updated again. It's end of life for it, so it'll be going away pretty soon. This, I will say right off the bat, is not a tool that is ever meant to replace any of the character selectors or editors for any framework that exists. So what I'm saying is QBCore, ESX, Andes, Nats, any of those that have character selectors, this will not replace it. It doesn't now, and it never will. It's not built for that. What this is built for is you to create characters and save them and have them at your fingertips to use. And you might say, well, vMenu does that. Yeah, kind of. It does, and you can use vMenu if you want to. I much prefer this one. It uses a database, so if that scares you, don't buy it, because you have to have a MySQL database attached to this, and you'll have to run the SQL file to create the table. There's one table that it creates to save the characters. So your characters are saved on the server and not on your client. So that means you could play on, if you say you get a brand new gaming machine and you rebuild it all, your characters are still sitting there on the server. They don't go anywhere. But if you go to play on a different server, they're not going to be on that different server because they're on the server where you saved them. I do plan an import-export tool sometime in the future to where if you're going to leave one server and go to another one, you could take your characters with you as long as they have my character manager on there. Let's see. Right now, the CAD integration is not finished. I am working on a Sonoran and SnailyCAD integration, which would mean when you create a character in the Character Manager, it will save it to the CAD. And you can have multiple characters if you wanted to have different clothes and whatnot, say that are linked to the character that is saved in the CAD. So any one character in the CAD can have multiple characters in the Character Manager. That is planned for the future. It's partially done. It's just not complete yet. But it will be done eventually. All right, so let's just get started and start going through here. Oops. Sorry, I hit my joystick. All right, so the command that it's always been is manage me, which is just you're managing yourself, your own characters. And that puts you into what's called a routing bucket. In other words, it pulls you out of the world and puts you in your own world, so you'll never run into anybody else while you're doing this. We have changed the location to a better location with better lighting that doesn't freak out. On the left is your list of characters that you've saved, and these are all of my local devs, so they're a bunch of test things. On the right are the different options that you have for editing and creating and whatnot. I will show you eventually how to clone your V menu characters and bring them into here and save them so they'll be here. So all you people that say, well, I have all my characters saved in V menu. Well, super easy to bring them over here. And I will show you how that's done shortly. Any of these that you click on, and I know what this one is. He'll walk off and walk back on as a new character. You can disable the walking so it just snaps to the next character, like magic, if you don't want to wait for him to walk off and on. I kind of like the walk off thing. It's kind of fun. Any of these that you click, they'll walk off and walk back on is the new one. And like I said, these are all a bunch of tests. All right, so if we're going to create a new one, it'll bring up a form for you to say, some new guy. And it'll put you in the default generic MP ped. And you can change that under ped. You can change it to any of the other previously saved peds like this chick. But you'll notice you get very little options, and most of these won't even work. Like, she's not going to have a mask. There's probably some clothes that you can change on her, but it's, yeah, like you're going to get, she's got 2 jackets and a skirt and pants. So you get very little out of the regular peds because that's how it's built in the game. Let's see. So if we go with the generic guy here, this editor that you see right here is built by a guy named SnakeWiz. I think that's the name he goes by. It's called 5M Appearance. I did not build this. This is not something that I built. We have modified it and made it custom to this character manager, but this was built by somebody else, and I like it. That's why I've never bothered to build my own or anything, because this one's really cool. You've got cameras that you can go between face, torso, feet, or back out again. You can take off parts of your clothes or put them back on if you want to see, you know, your chest to do the chest hair or tattoos or something like that. This, he'll turn around so you can see the back. Very handy so you can see the clipping when it goes through all the stuff. This takes the camera just a quarter turn and back, and you can go the other way as well. So you can get views from everywhere. There's your save and your cancel. All right. One of the things that we added was walk style. So what you could do is you can save a walk style to this character, and it should usually persist as long as you are this character, unless you have something else that modifies walk styles, which is popular to do. It happens all the time. Inheritance has to do with, you know, your facial features, where you can choose the fathers and the mothers and get different face setups. And the same thing with the skin, where you can mix your genetics and come up with different skin colors. Face features, all the usual stuff. You can mess with the nose, and that's where these cameras come in handy. Let's say we're going to go up here and we're going to say the nose width. You can just use the sliders to change all those things. Now, you can't really see the slider do much because it's how far the nose sticks out. So that's when these come in really handy if you wanted to mess with how far the nose sticks out. Same thing with the eyebrows, with the depth, them going in and out, and the height going up and down. And you can't really see any eyebrows yet because they're not turned on, they're invisible. So these are all the usual. You've seen all these before. So with your appearance, you got the hairstyles. Change the color of it. You can do highlights. You can throw some blemishes on there. It's all the stuff you've seen before. So you want a beard. He's going to have a pink beard. Oh, I don't like the pink. And your beard styles. And there's where you can turn on your opacity of your eyebrows. You have red eyebrows. You just really mess him up. Add aging, all the different agings. It's just your standard, all your options are here that you've seen before in other editors. These just have sliders and easy ways to pick and edit it, which I really enjoy. Clothes, pretty much the same as always. You can add your masks, or the hands have to be, this is how, and people always ask, how do you keep it from clipping through the clothes? Well, you set the hands to where they don't clip. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is with this game. And your pants and bags and parachutes, your shoes, scarves and chains, which are a bunch of different things. And, you know, your custom, if you have custom EUP and custom clothes thrown in there, these numbers will all be different. And as far as will these match vMenu, probably not, because vMenu uses numbers that are weird, so it'll be 1 off, maybe 2. Just depends on what you do. Yeah, I think you have to set the jacket to like, no. I can't remember which one it is. Actually, I think the shirt is like 14 to be invisible. No, 15. And that's, like, again, that'll be different depending on your server. Oh, how do you get? Oh, there you go. So he's not clipping. This dude's ugly. And you got your props, which you can add hat or whatever. Your glasses, watches, bracelets, tattoos. These are a little wonky. How they work. It's hard to preview them. And if you know the tattoos, then, you know, that works out all right. Let's see. Left arm. Tribal flower. Oh, why'd that show up on his face? I must have hit the button by accident. So you basically just apply it and delete it. They're probably under his pants. But anyway, you've seen all of this work before on other editors. So then you hit save. He'll say, you sure? You say, yep. And it'll come back to the menu. And so here's your guy. And he's here under some new guy. Because that's what we named him. And if you want to edit him, you click edit, it brings back up the menu, you can change it and save him. If you want to rename him from some new guy, then you can. I don't know what I'm going to name him, I'm just going to leave him what he is. If you want to delete him, let's see, what have I got? I've got test. Oh, I like him. Let's do this one. Oh, okay, I know what this is. So if I hit delete, it says, are you sure you want to? If I say yes, he's going to get upset and walk off and be deleted. He's now not in the menu anymore. And it's the same with any of these guys. They don't like it when you delete them. Okay, so let me show you the V menu part of it. Oh, the speedometer's freaking out. You guys know DevMate? Built by Whittigall and the Law. Very nice tool. So like the speedometer, I can hit stop right there, and 7 seconds later, it'll stop. Boom. Very handy tool. All right, so if I come into vMenu and I say saved PEDs. So I have all these PEDs that I had saved in vMenu before. So let's see if any of these are custom, because a bunch of them are not. All right, this guy. We just saw him a second ago. If I spawn him in, oh, for once he doesn't have green hair, which is a trademark of the vMenu character spawner. So this guy came out of vMenu. If I just go straight into the Manage Me and I hit clone, it's going to ask for a name, and I don't remember what this guy's name was. I think it was Riggs Long Coat or something like that. It just brings up the editor. You don't have to do a thing. Just hit save. And once you hit save, now Riggs Long Coat is in here. And that's it. That's how you bring your vMenu guys out. Now, I don't think, if you tried to save him as a vMenu character, I don't think it works very well because their numbers are jacked up. But here's how you clone. It's that easy. If you have the Big Daddy chat, whenever you choose one of these guys, it will use this name in the chat as the character name if that's turned on in your chat. So it is integrated with the chat to use the names that are in here. And whenever the CAD is integrated, there'll actually be a selector. Like if I go to create this guy, I can associate him with a CAD character. Or if I create a new one, I can tell it, go create the CAD character that matches this one. So whenever you choose this guy, it'll also choose the CAD character as your current character. It doesn't do that yet, but it will. And that is a good observation, is if he does spawn from vMenu with green hair, whenever you bring it into this editor, it'll fix the hair and be back to the color that it's supposed to be. I don't know why vMenu does that. I've never understood what issue it was, but this editor fixes it whenever you bring them in there. So that's basically it. And because I hit cancel, I went back to the character I was before instead of changing to the new one. There's like 10 different animations he does when you delete him. I think that's all the functionality. I mean, there's not much to it really, other than it's super handy to manage your characters and super easy to use. And I like the interface of this character editor better than the other one. So, this script will be available in about 5 minutes. As soon as I turn it on. And for all of you people who are here, I'm going to give you a discount code that is good for the next couple of days. Please do not pass it out to other people. This is just for you, for being here in the stream, watching this. The discount code is CMP Live. And that'll give you 10% off. I am currently making it live in the store. And there are 2 other scripts that are also going live with it. That would be Bombs and Delete Ped, which is the exact same thing as the Delete Vehicle script. You know, the DV or Del V or whatever it was. It does the exact same thing, except it allows you to delete peds that are dead and laying in the street and you want to get rid of them. So Bombs is allowing you to plant bombs and defuse bombs, do some bomb disposal unit RP or whatever. And then Delete Ped lets you clean up peds just like you do vehicles. And then the Character Manager Pro. All those have just gone live. I appreciate you all for being here and for seeing this. And hopefully I'll catch you in the live stream.